Today we're gonna be talking about automating your agency. Outsourcing work, building systems, building automations, and most importantly, how to do it right. I know to some of you, especially if you're a little bit on the beginner stage, this might sound boring. I just wanna learn about closing clients, I just wanna learn about cold email and sales and offers and VSLs. Yeah, those things are for sure important. But after you get over that stage, a lot of people running an agency find themselves in a situation where everything just starts breaking because they don't have the knowledge to build SOPs and build systems, and they don't really know how to go about it. So they just end up messing up the whole business and everything just burns down and crashes. I truly don't want that to happen to you. If you really want to make money and if you really want to succeed with an agency, stick through this video, because I guarantee you, if you can't stick through a 10, 15, 20 minute video of me showing how we build systems and how we outsource our work, I promise you, you will never make any money and you will fail and your life will be miserable and you will forever be a slave to your boss. So the first thing that we need to understand, I have a lot of people who message me, who send me emails, or I just meet them. Whenever it happens, a lot of people usually tell me that, hey, I just want to build an agency, I just want to scale it to 20,000 a month, 30,000 a month, 50,000 a month, and I just want to automate it, and I just want to travel and have this automated cash flow machine. It's 100% possible to do, but I'm not really going to sugarcoat it for you. It is going to take a lot of time, and it's going to take a lot of work to get to that stage. First thing that you need to understand is when we start out in the business, there's only going to really be one place where all of these tasks go, and that's going to be you. You as the founder, as the CEO, as the owner. At this stage, when you have all of these tasks, you have outreach, you have sales calls, you have account management, you have onboarding, you have invoicing and payment collection and fulfillment. And in the beginning, they are all going to go to you. It's going to first of all make you really busy. Obviously, if you need to do everything in the business, there's a lot of stuff to do. Of course, when you're just starting out, it's not going to be something that you can't manage. If there's not many clients, if there's not much revenue coming in, the business is still really small. So the amount of tasks and amount of time you need to spend doing those tasks is for sure going to be lower. Second thing it's going to do, it's going to divert your focus. So your focus is going to go all over the place. Because if we have a finite amount of focus and energy that we can spend every single day, of course, if we need to split it across 10 different tasks, we can only do these tasks at an average level. You never can be an absolute sales machine in your agency if you also have to do 9 other things. So obviously our goal is going to be, as agency scales, to start giving these tasks off to someone else. At some point you have to decide, okay, do I want to be more involved in the business and make more profit and get better skills and build better partnerships? Or do I just want to pretty much try to pass off everything off to my team and just not do any work, but of course then your profit margins are gonna suffer. I personally feel that if you are just starting out, then you should always stay in the business, at least in the super high leverage activities. And then when we are at a stage where it starts becoming clear that, okay, I can't anymore do everything, like things are starting to get messy, my focus is getting really split across so many different things. Usually this happens at like 10, 15, 20,000 a month, depending a bit what kind of clients you have, what kind of previous experience you have. So then we want to have a second bucket here in the business, and this is pretty much going to be your team. It can also be third-party agencies and companies. It could also be service providers that you buy your services from, and sometimes this is smart, mainly when you are talking about accounting tasks and legal tasks. But everything else, in my opinion, makes sense to like try to get at least these people fairly close to you. They might not have to be like salary in-house employees, but at least freelancers and contractors that you work with really closely. So then as our business grows, we want to start slowly transferring some of these tasks on this bucket. So maybe we want to transfer sales calls, or maybe we want to transfer account management, or maybe we want to transfer onboarding. We're not just doing this based on gut instinct, because if you just go ahead and just start like hiring random people for random tasks without knowing if it really makes sense, in a lot of cases you end up with hiring a bunch of really useless people that you have to fire a month later because you realize that it's just losing you money and you're not really gaining any of your time back. And pretty much how we do that is by doing something called a time audit. For 7 days or for 14 days, you just have a Google sheet, and on that Google sheet you track every single task that you do. So when you wake up in the morning, you start tracking. You have a stopwatch and you have a Google sheet. You open your email account, you put down 15 minutes checking emails on the sheet. Then the next thing you do, sales call. Okay, 45 minutes, sales call. Client onboarding call, 45 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. You just pretty much track all of your tasks throughout the 7-day period. And then after those 7 days, you look at the sheet again and you start analyzing, okay, which tasks actually make me money and which tasks don't make me money. And you split those into those 2 categories. And in the beginning, you want to always start outsourcing the things that don't make you any money. A lot of people, the first hire they want to make is they want to get a closer into their agency because they might be uncomfortable doing sales calls. But that's like the worst hire that you can start out with, because sales is 100% guaranteed your highest leverage activity. Like it's the highest ROI, highest paid, highest money for your time. So you're like starting completely from the wrong end. So when I look at all the tasks that don't directly track back to your bank account, inbox management, lead scraping, domain setups, accounting, client reporting. So you start from those tasks and you look at, okay, which task is taking the most amount of my time? Then when we have identified that, okay, inbox management is a task that we want to outsource, boom, we move it here. And we don't do this process with multiple tasks in the beginning. If this is your first agent that you're running and you are not like a business genius and team building genius, there's no point for you to start trying to hire out and systemize all of these tasks at once. And you do it one at a time. You're always hiring out and systemizing tasks that you already know how to do, because that way you actually can train someone on doing it. So obviously, when we say that, okay, something needs to be hired out, we need to get an employee. If you don't have a team already, you need to get new team members inside. And that is like a really simple 5-stage process. You map out the job, you create a funnel, and you drive traffic to it. It's really simple. I have like this full-on document that explains all of this and shows you exactly how to map out a hiring funnel, how to get a bunch of applicants, how to hire, what to ask them in the job interview, how to onboard them. Pretty much everything that you need to ever know about hiring employees in their business. And if you want to get access to that, you can go to leadgenkit.io. It's our free course and that document is going to be inside there. So go just check out leadgenkit.io. Then when you have an employee, there needs to be a structure in place that team member is going to execute. We can't just tell them to go do inbox management. What are they going to do? Maybe they have some previous experience and they go in there and they start doing it completely differently. So we need to create something called an SOP, a standard operating procedure. SOPs are not just used in business. For example, you might have a really standardized process for taking out the trash at your house. Every single time you do it the exact same way. An SOP is just a document outlining exactly what needs to be done, in what order. It answers all the questions. This is, for example, an SOP for hosting a 60-minute onboarding call for a lead generation agency. We can see like the exact process, what needs to be done, in what order, what questions need to be asked. Or here is creating a Slack channel for a new client and inviting the client. And this shows once again, like do this, do that. So you can just give this task and this document to someone on your team and you can just tell them, go execute this document, and then they just follow it step by step, boom, 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 boom. And just for the sake of simplicity, I'm just gonna quickly show you how one would create an SOP. People overcomplicate it a lot, maybe because they wanna just feel like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, but it's actually super simple. So the first thing that you just start out with is, what is the task? So for example, inbox management, we would just have a headline for the SOP saying SOP, how to execute inbox management at company names, Lead, Gen, Rammer, Mega, Turbo, LLC. It's immediately extremely clear what they are going to find in this document. Like once again, don't be messy, organize. I always like to do this, a video overview of the SOP. I go and I film a Loom talking through the whole SOP, and then I just hyperlink it here so that they can go and see the video and hear my exact thoughts on it. Then what I like to outline, what, when, and who. This is an SOP to showcase how to perfectly execute XYZ boom, boom, boom task. This SOP is executed every single morning and afternoon as the last task of your work day through Monday to Friday. And who, this SOP is executed by the inbox manager. Immediately we can see like someone comes in here, they're like, okay, what is this? Is this the right place? Okay, what is this? This is an SOP for XYZ. Okay, when should I do this? Boom. Who should do this? Is this actually something that I should do? Boom. An answer. Then I like to also outline what is the vision. You pretty much want to provide as much useful information as possible, so there's no confusion. When you look at our SOP for our consultation program, Agent Velocity, for onboarding new clients, it's like 40 pages long because it covers every single example and every single situation. We have gone so overboard with that because onboarding is one of the most important tasks of the business. Then you outline what is the vision. You could write here like inbox management is super important because it pretty much is the gateway to our whole lead flow. And if inbox management isn't done perfectly, the company is going to lose a lot of money and it's just going to be really bad and none of us are going to have a job and we are going to go end up on the street. So then the person executing the SOP understands that, okay, this is actually important stuff that I'm doing. The next step, resources. So pretty much just outlining what are the necessary resources to execute this SOP. The most annoying thing that can happen is you're in the flow, you're working, and then you need to complete a task. Suddenly you're on step 3 of the task and you don't have access to an account or you don't know where to find something. And then your flow breaks and you need to send someone a message and wait 8 hours for them to get back. Just a big hassle. So for example, if it's inbox management, we could write here inbox management reply templates or access to all master inboxes can be found here. And then you could hyperlink here. And then before we go into the actual steps of the business, the last thing that I think is super important is definition of done. People might have a different definition of done. Someone might think that, okay, inbox management task is done done when I have been doing it for an hour. But obviously that not might be the case. So you need to outline specifically when will they know that this task has been successfully completed. So you could write here, the task has been completed when there is no unread replies or pending follow-ups that need to be sent. And then you actually get to the source of the SOPs, step-by-step overview of the task. And the really important nuance here is you don't write these steps based on what you think they should do. You write these steps based on what you actually do yourself when you're completing this task. Here, for example, we can see step 1, log into your Slack workspace. Create a new channel, invite internal team members, invite the client, boom, boom, boom. And sometimes text isn't enough. So we might have a video overview of the whole task, and then we have a smaller video for every single subtask of the task. Or you could take a picture. So for example, if step 1 would be save the Google document on your computer as a PDF, what you could do is you could literally go here and you could take a screenshot of this, boom, like this, and then you just add it to the SOP. And also one really neat trick. If you are creating an SOP for something that isn't super specific to your agency's internal process, what you can do is you can also use ChatGPT. I am creating an SOP for my team on how to create a new Zoom call and send an invite to a new client to join that Zoom call on a specific time and date. And remember, always say please to the AI, so when they take over the world, they're not gonna kill you. Please write me a specific and easy to understand step-by-step description on how to do this. So boom, now we have our SOP. And it's really important when you have created the SOP that you go through it multiple times yourself. And every single time when you run into a problem or you see something that hasn't been taken into account, you add it there or you tweak something or you just perfect it. And then you give it to the team member and you show them how to execute it. You do the SOP multiple times together. You take their feedback so it gets better and better over time. After you have done that for a few weeks, everything's looking smooth and crisp and clear, then you can start taking other things, invoicing, onboarding. And obviously as the business grows, there's gonna be new tasks that are gonna pop in here. And I also know that there's this huge trend of AI automation. And yeah, that is 100% correct. And you can make a lot of really great automations, but pretty much how I would just look at it is you do the time audit, ask yourself, okay, how could I automate this? And would it be simple to automate? Or maybe you're like super automation geek. Yeah, sure, go ahead and automate it, but just don't create this super complex automation hell that a lot of people end up creating. Like I said, like the most important thing is to know what to keep on your plate and what to get rid of. I truly believe that if you are just starting out on this game, your goal shouldn't be to outsource or delegate everything to your team. Because what's going to happen is even if you do that successfully, it's going to take you years and years and years to do it absolutely perfectly. And then your skills are not going to build in marketing and sales, which in my opinion are like the lifeblood of building a business and actually generating success. That's, for example, what we really focus on. We have a consultation company called Agency Velocity where we pretty much help aspiring agency owners to build B2B lead generation agencies to $10,000 a month in 92 days. We just focus on making these people the best possible marketers and salespeople that they can become. The first goal is always to get to the 10K, but after they have gotten the 10K, we have this other protocol that we focus on how they can also sell like sales letters, sales consultation, all of these different things, and you just become this big growth marketing agency that is really, really good and like a really actual expert. So you can charge like $10,000, $20,000 a month. We have guys charging like $40K a month from just one client through that protocol. So of course, if that's something that you are interested in and you just want to become a really great marketer, learn and build a B2B lead generation agency and scale it to multi-six figures during 2024, go check out agencyvelocity.io, book a call with us, and we'll show you how that works. I truly hope that you enjoyed. It has been a big pleasure. Drop me a like, drop me a subscribe, all of those cool things. And let's have an absolutely fantastic 2024. Take care. Boom. Bye.